Over the past years, I've closed over $1.2 million on high ticket sales, but it was a grind. And I wish I had known how to do it smarter. Here are 4 things about selling high ticket offers that I learned over the past year that will help you close high ticket deals easier. So let's get into it. So let's go for the first one, okay? Because the first one, super simple, over here, as you can see, is the post-call funnel, okay? Have you ever jumped on a call, right, with a prospect and it feels like they don't know you at all? They don't know the offer, they don't know your values, and you feel like somehow they distrust you and they keep telling you, oh yeah, I'm just curious. And you're like, yeah, I know you're curious, but what's the problem? Like, what's going on, right? And you really don't have that trust with them. Well, that used to happen to me. I'm not kidding, like 60-70% of the times that I would take calls for the offer that I was closing for in the past. And I would try to defend myself. I would try to convince them to pay attention, to like be serious about the call. I would lose their interest. The prospect will get frustrated. I will get frustrated, and the call will go nowhere. No bueno. So lesson number 1 is to work on your post-call funnel. What I mean by that is that you might be already getting appointments, right? From outreach, maybe you're running ads, whatever that is, maybe organic, but these prospects just saw you or your offer, and we need to have a process to nurture that relationship. We need to have a process to nurture the relationship so we can educate them before the call happens. We can educate them about your offer, we can educate them about your business and how you're gonna be able to help them. And there's a few ways to solve this. You can solve it by having a thank you page with simple VSL that tries to pre-handle all of the objections, but most importantly, answer the most common questions that prospects usually have on your call. So you can get that from like your sales goals, you can get that from even like comments on YouTube. Your competitors, you will see comments on their YouTube channel. You know, those are common questions that you can take and create videos from that, okay? And then put on your thank you page. So what that does is that when you join the call, or your closer, if you have a closer, joins the call, they're just asking some questions to get clarity on their problem, showing the solution, maybe answering a few of the questions, or you answering a few of the questions, and then you get them on board. And that way you become more like a cashier instead of a hard closer trying to close this person, because that's it, right? There's other ways that you can do this with the free school community, or sending some specific resources to the emails, crafting good copy, but that's something I cover in another video that I have on the channel on how I'm scaling a consulting offer to $300K a month right now with a free school community, right? So you can check that on the channel if you want, or I can put it right here on top so you can have it. Okay, so that's lesson number 1. And now we go to lesson number 2, which is this right here, which is the 2-call process for offers that are more than 6K USD, right? So you probably have jumped on a call, right? The prospect told you they have a problem, you explain your solution, it fits perfectly, but they keep telling you that they don't want to make a decision on the first call. That was my day today for a long time, because I used to have like 8 to 10 calls every single day, and we were running a 1-call close for offer that was 8K and a 16K offer. And I would spend the first 20 minutes just getting to understand the context of the call, getting to understand the business, all that stuff. By the time I got to the close, I had burned half the session and positioning what should have happened before they ever joined the Zoom, and they still did not buy on the first call, which again, no bueno. So lesson number 2 is having a 2-call process for high ticket offers. And when I say high ticket offers, I mean offers more than 6K. My close rate when we were doing 1-call close was sitting at 10-12% on a great week. Then we introduced a setter, one person whose only job was to, you know, have a short 15-20 minute conversation with that prospect before my call, confirm that they were qualified, walk them through what the next call was going to be about, set the expectations clearly. That's super important, right? Setting the expectations of what the next call is going to be, what we're going to share with them, like how the whole process is going to work out, but most importantly, send specific resources about these specific problems that this prospect is having if they're qualified, right? So what I mean by that is, let's just say you have the first call, the discovery call, 15 minutes, you understand that the problem is the quality of the appointments that they're having, right? So the setter will prepare an email that we already have templated out, right? And we'll send a specific resource that we have either on YouTube or a free school community. That's what a free school community is very good to have. And we'll send that specific resource to that prospect before the call with the closer, okay? So my close rate, when we started doing this, went from like that 10-12% to 15-20% in 30 days, which for you might not seem like, wow, like 10 to 20%. I mean, yeah, you double it. That was a huge amount of money. Like you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars just because we put that in place. Same offer, same leads, right? All of them came from cold email, cold outreach, like cold LinkedIn. So it was the same leads. It was just a different process. That's it. That's the only thing we changed. The fix for this is not a better script. It's literally a better sales process and a better sales funnel. Get a setter, or at minimum, a structured pre-call process if you have a closer, or you can even do that yourself if you're still taking calls yourself. And the closer, again, should be walking into the conversation. That's already half one. And the only thing you need to do, or your closer needs to do, explain the product, explain how you can help them, and that's it. Now, lesson number 3 is YouTube. Okay, so what I mean by YouTube is something I notice across every offer that I've closed for or that I help scale or that I'm currently helping scaling. The ones with the hardest goals, the most objections, the most price resistance, especially the ones with the I need to think about the objection, were always the ones with no content. No YouTube, no trust built before the goal, just go outreach or some ads pointing to a booking page or a calendar, and that's it. So what happens with these offers is that prospects will get on and say things like, oh, I've seen these offers, like I've seen offers like yours, everyone else does this, why should I choose you? Then I saw what happened when clients had YouTube, right? I even saw this with the offer that I was closing for. It was a completely different energy, entirely. Prospects will get on the call and say, look, I've been watching your videos, I really know that you're good at this, I already know how you think, I just want to see if I qualify, I just want to see how the program is, and if it sounds good, I will enroll. Like literally that will be some of the conversations that I will have or that I've seen happening with some of the clients just because of that. So that's not a sales calls anymore. That's literally you becoming a cashier. It's literally you explaining the product and then just getting money from them. That's it. So YouTube does something outreach and ads cannot do, which is it builds trust at scale for free while you sleep. Okay, and before your calls even happen. And when somebody shows up to a call already trusting you, price is not the main objection. Even if price is the objection, they will make the effort to actually get the money in place. So lesson number 3 is if you're selling a high ticket offer and you're not creating content on YouTube, you're making every single call harder than it needs to be. If you have some questions, if you want to know more about how we build these processes, put it down below in the comments so I can, 1, create videos about this, and 2, also get back to you and be able to provide some value to you. Okay, so that's lesson number 3. Lesson number 4, the juicy one that I was telling you about at the beginning, is this one, is detachment. This may sound like a buzzword to you, and this may sound like, oh yeah, detachment, all that stuff. But generally, this one took me the longest to figure out. But when I was able to figure this out, and when I was able to really understand what's behind detachment and how to actually properly do it, everything changed for me, okay? I went through a period of time where close rates had dropped and I needed the next deal. Like you can feel like I need it. Like there was like 1 or 2 weeks that I didn't close. I think I closed one person out of like maybe 30 or 40 calls, and I was like, what's going on? Like I need to close people. I was following up, I was doing this. I will get on calls wanting it. I could feel it, and obviously prospects could feel it. I would jump on objections too fast. I will over-explain when I didn't need to. I will get defensive when prospects maybe push back on the objection phase. And the harder I tried, the worse it got, which is very interesting. The more I needed the deal, the less they trusted me. So lesson number 4 is the moment you want the deal more than they want the result, especially on these high ticket offers, you've already lost. They can feel the desperation, and desperation kills trust faster than anything else on a call, especially on a Zoom call where you're talking 45 minutes or 1 hour with some random dude. So I made a shift. I was jumping on every single call I have with the energy of like, I don't give a fuck. Man, how can I help you out? Like I was talking human to human, like how can I actually help you out? That's basically what I did. The more I detached, like the more detached I became, the more people wanted it, because detachment reads as abundance and people can feel it again. So practice detachment, not as a trick, more as a genuine mindset, not only for calls, but also for life. And your close rate will follow. Your business will grow magically just because you already have that. Again, there's more. It goes deeper because there's a few books that I read about this, like Reality Transurfing, As a Man Thinketh, like the Bible even, and it goes deeper than only saying this. But if you want more content about this, please let me know down below. And although all of these lessons that I've just told you are incredibly important for you to scale your business and close high ticket deals easier, if you don't know how to build those processes, then none of them are going to work out. So I will post a video here on top. Okay, watch this video. I will show you how to build those processes. For example, free school community, how we doing that for another person, for another client of ours, and you can make more money, and you know, everyone's happy. So I will see you on the next one. Ciao.